Welcome to the official Topic Talk. Please like, share and subscribe.
Audio Jungle.
Steve, so I was in a bit of a situation. I know you wanted to hear this scenario that I was in this year in regards to certain predator hunters. We'll call them predator hunters because it's better for the algorithm, but everybody will know them as, you know, I'll call them root hunters, but you know what I'm talking about, right? So predator hunters. And you were asking me a few questions about this, and I'm actually going to give a bit of an exclusive here. I'm going to be uploading, well, I'm in two minds whether I'm going to be re-uploading the live I done with Liam with Parents Against Predators NI, but it's going to be an edited version where no names are going to be mentioned, right? And I'm going to, first off, I'll tell you why I have to do that because, well, actually, how I'll start this off, I'll tell you what happened, right? So tune in, guys. Listen to this here, right? This is important. So this year, I got involved with a guy called Liam from Parents Against Predators NI. Great guy, was keeping the kids safe. I support that 100%. I have no issues with that 100%. And I respect Liam for what he does in regards to keeping children safe. That has to be said first and foremost. But getting involved with Liam, there was another predator hunter in Northern Ireland, the north of Ireland, that was going between England and the north of Ireland that had another sort of group. Now, when speaking to Liam, this certain predator hunter that he had got involved with, Liam had looked up to this guy and thought this guy was great because he wanted to become what this guy was, a notorious predator hunter, right? But getting involved with this guy, he realized that there was certain things that didn't add up. And one night he asked this guy, why do you predator hunt? And this guy says, because I was accused. Not I was abused, because I was accused. Accused of being a predator myself.
Wow.
So this took Liam aback. He didn't know what to do with this information, and he researched it and he looked into it and he done his due diligence in the situation, and he found out that this certain predator hunter was going with a girl, and while he was going with this girl, he was allegedly, I have to say allegedly all the time, allegedly grooming her younger sister that had learning difficulties. And when she turned 16, he then slept with her.
Fucking hell.
He was 24. He was 24 or 20. Sorry, he was 26, and she was 16. Now this guy is a predator hunter in his late 40s. So, and then there's other allegations. There's other things that I'm not going to be speaking about because it makes me feel uncomfortable speaking about this. But you get the picture.
Yeah.
Apparently, this guy has allegations of a sexual nature in regards to young girls, right? And especially when it came to this young girl who was 16 of a consensual age. I have to say, it was of a consensual age, but that wasn't the allegation. The allegation was that he groomed this person until she was 16 and then sleep with her. Now, obviously, this destroyed Liam because Liam looked up to this guy. He wanted to become this guy. He wanted to sort of work with this guy to catch predators, and he then went on a tirade to out this guy. So Liam's telling me all this. Liam's given me facts, his factual opinions, but he's not really showing me evidence, because how do you prove something like this? When you know something's a fact but you can't prove it, it won't stand in court, right? So me and Liam do a few podcasts. He talks about his life. He does very well. He's a very popular man. The people love him. Liam doesn't speak to me now because I had to take down that live podcast where he speaks about this certain predator hunter, alleged bloody predator. I don't even know what way he's not a predator hunter, this guy. And I had to take it down because things were said. Now, I'm going to re-upload this podcast, but I'm going to edit it in a certain way where names aren't mentioned. And this is the reason why. After that podcast, the alleged victim of the person that Liam was talking about, not after the podcast, during the podcast, she verified herself on the screen in a comment. She made a profile for that night. She doesn't watch YouTube, so the profile came up made a couple of hours ago. She verified that these are the things that this person had done to her, and Liam went, look, there's the person there. And because of that comment, the predator hunter, who Liam was outing at the time, rang the police and got this young girl cautioned. This young girl with learning difficulties, this young girl that is his alleged victim, right?
Yeah.
Now, the reason why I'm led to believe I've spoke to this girl, the reason why he didn't get convicted in court was because she couldn't stand in court because she was too vulnerable. So it got thrown out. It got NFA'd. But that said, regardless if it's true or not, and I believe what I believe because I've spoke to the alleged victim, you would not go on then to become a predator hunter with that under your belt, innocent or guilty. Because you would always know this might come out in the open. And if it does come out in the open, this isn't going to be good. Now, Liam's very, very unhappy. After the podcast was done, he was saying things to me like, you have no balls, I'm going to ruin you. He was very, very angry. He says, I'm going to put this on my own channel. And the police were sent to her house and she was cautioned over that. Now, as I said, whenever he allegedly groomed her and he allegedly done that to her when she was 16, she couldn't stand in court because she was too vulnerable. That's why I got thrown out, got NFA'd. Now, here's the fucked up thing, Steve. It's all fucked up, but here's the more fucked up part. This certain predator hunter, whenever I was speaking to this girl, his alleged victim, this girl's partner sent me screenshots on Facebook of this predator hunter that allegedly done stuff to her, posting pictures on Facebook, slandering her and her mum. Her mum has cancer. And he put her mum's picture all over the internet and slandered her name and slandered the whole family's name and was horrible and nasty and disgusting. This is a predator hunter. Regardless, just say hypothetically speaking, he's innocent. Why would you go on and slander somebody's mother who's dying of cancer?
After he's found the phone call onto the daughter.
I do believe
That's wrong and disgusting.
I do believe Liam was also cautioned by the police. Now, I took down that live, and the reason why I took down that live was because if I had kept that live up, where he exposed this certain predator hunter, where this predator hunter exposed another predator hunter, that would have implemented this young girl into a situation, and it wouldn't have been good for her. So the right thing for me to do was take that down. And I've had 4 months to think about this. And I hold no bitterness towards Liam. But the correct decision for me that day was to take that down at the time frame I did. I took that down 15 minutes after it was ended. That would have done about 300,000 views. It was beneficial for me to keep that up. But out of pure morals and knowing that this wasn't going to go well, that this could have implemented people into court cases and defamation cases, I had to take that down. And I don't understand why people can't grasp that. They don't understand that. And people made similarities between this certain predator hunter that Liam outed to Decca Higgy. They said, well, sure, you can say things about Decca, but you can't say things about him. This person isn't convicted. They're allegations. Decca has a sexual conviction on his record. There is a Sarah and Claire's law and public circulation along with a subject access request. At the time, it was just a Claire's law with a basic DBS, and even on Decca's basic DBS, he is convicted of a sexual offence. So I can say that person is a convicted sex offender. With this certain predator hunter, it's just allegations. I don't know the truth. I've just spoke to all parties. After the podcast, I had a conversation with this predator hunter. I had to ring this predator hunter. And in the conversation, he just protested his innocence, as he would. Then I had a conversation with the girl in question, the alleged victim. And she told me some of the most harrowing, nastiest stuff that I could hear. And I felt really, really sorry for her. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-upload it. It's going to be edited, so there's going to be no names, so there's going to be no defamation cases. It's not going to implement this young girl back into a situation, and it's going to be done correctly. Because Sorry, go ahead.
Liam should have understood from when he first came to you. He knew full well that in cases like when he goes after the predators, he full knows well the proof and evidence you need to submit, to get a conviction on that individual.
Yeah.
Now, it would have been nice of him to have approached you, because through that you could have lost some credibility within yourself, because he has only put word of mouth with no solid evidence, as he full knew well. You've got to submit evidence to get a conviction.
He didn't say allegedly.
Well, that's where he should have said to you the truth. I haven't got factual proof or hard proof. At the moment it's alleged. But he didn't do that, Ronan.
Yeah, so I can't take the fault for that.
He would have got you in a whole heap of fucking trouble. When he should have said to you from the start, it's alleged. And then you would have approached it from the point of view that, hold on, I need to edit that. Or, in fact, on the live, he should have said alleged. He should have used that word.
Because it is alleged, regardless if you believe it.
Legal reasons you could have got done for that because of him not using that word alleged.
Well, this is the thing.
So, Liam, if you're out there listening, mate, Ronan's doing the right thing.
I appreciate that, Steve.
The word alleged, and everything would have been perfect. But all Ronan's got to do is think about this, edit it to the way that he wants it to be edited, so nobody can get in trouble from it. He hasn't been horrible. He hasn't been nasty about it. I don't understand why you're getting your shirt off. If you'd used just the word alleged, it would have been perfect.
And that alone, to say alleged and to say this person did do this and this person does have this NFA and this was investigated, that's enough. Because as a predator hunter, you should never have any of those things on your record. This was an allegation made by this girl who he had lived with at one point, who was very vulnerable with learning difficulties. That is enough. If you articulate that in a way, you do not need to come out passionately and say, this person is this person is that. Because what that actually done was actually harm her, the alleged victim. That harmed her. And I can't look back at this and go, I done something wrong by taking that down. I protected her. Whenever I seen that comment, I was like, shit, this could go terribly wrong for her, because this certain individual is a notorious troll. He claims to be a predator hunter. He claims to protect kids, but he has these allegations against him. Am I saying he's 100% guilty? No. But what I am saying is, you do have these allegations, and you do have a credible alleged victim coming out with a consistent story.
So this is where some people will say you need a clear background to even consider doing a job like that. You have to be squeaky clean, basically. Was he doing it to hide his allegation against him? Possibly. You know, by him being a paedophile hunter, well, no one's really going to look at you twice. They're going to pat you on the back, give you the props that you need, you know, for what you're doing. So that could have been a kind of a way for him to hide behind the allegation made against him. But to think with that hanging over your head, and you're going in to protect these youngsters, but yet you've just abused the youngster. I mean, 16. The age of 16 legally is okay, but morally, you know, it's totally wrong.
Well, if you're going to claim to be a predator hunter, mate, it's in the predator hunting world, that is a wronging.
He's done exactly what he was going after, but he's done it himself. I mean, if that's not hypocritical, then I don't know what is.
At the very least, it's a hypocrite. But that the point being is, the backlash I got from that was nastiness, as if I done something wrong, as if it was wrong to take that down. It was says you have no balls. It took a lot of balls to take that down.
I mean, the reason why you took it down was you was protecting the survivor.
Well, first off, I was protecting her. Well, I didn't know. First off, I didn't know she was real at the time, right? She needed to verify herself to me, and she did. And I had a conversation. I had a conversation both with the predator hunter in question and her, because I wanted to know the facts. And straight off the bat, I knew there was something up with the predator hunter, because he was saying things to me like, "Are you recording this phone conversation?" I was honest with him. I think he posted the conversation on his YouTube channel. I was honest about Liam too. I says, "Look, to be honest with you, I did feel like it was bullying, because afterwards, me taking that down, it was like, you know, being told that you're going to be ruined because you took a podcast down was wrong. I felt like that was bullying."
So what he's got to understand is you're a good guy.
You know, I'm not a dickhead, mate.
You're one of the good guys out there, and you think about everything, you know. And in this instance, you know, you didn't want to bring any more harm to the young girl.
I didn't want it. No, but I have to be selfish too.
I have to be protecting her by taking it down.
No, but at the moment, I got a phone call afterwards, and I got told by people. I got one person one person in particular that knows the law very well, and this person says to me, "Ronan, that person came on the screen, and he may well believe that that person is a predator. He may well be right that that person is a predator, but he came on with no factual evidence to back up the claims that he is a predator. So on those bases, you're liable for a defamation claim, like an actual defamation lawsuit. And you were correct in taking it down whenever you did." And I had to protect myself at that moment. And I also had an obligation to protect Liam, because Liam also got cautioned by the police.
And I mean, it's a bit odd him turning around and saying, "Oh, you've got no balls." That in itself should have.
That to me was intimidation. I think he was trying to intimidate me, or he was angry that I took it down. But there's a right way and there's a wrong way of doing things. And I do believe now is the right time to put it back up. But it needs to be edited so that people can hear the message, but it's also done in a safe way where no police get involved. Because I do believe that this certain predator hunter is a copper's pencil, like a proper copper's pencil. So I don't want to be involved in that shit. I don't speak to police. I don't want nothing to do with police unless it's saving a kid. But I don't go near cops. Don't want anything to do with them. So the lack of understanding from Liam was incredible. There was no understanding why I took that down. But I do sympathize with him that he's been after this guy for quite a long time. And I understand that emotions were high and he just wanted to get him. But there's the right way and wrong way of doing things. And because of that live podcast, the police were sent to that young girl's house, that alleged victim's house, and they were sent to Liam's house. And essentially, I have an obligation to look after Liam on my channel and other people. Do you know what I mean? So, look, it is what it is. The podcast will be going back up again. It will be heavily edited in the sense that there's going to be no names mentioned. But Liam is talking about another predator hunter from Northern Ireland, the north of Ireland, that has allegations on his back, and he is predator hunting. Regardless if you believe that or not, that's what this guy said. I do believe that. I do believe the alleged victim. I've heard her story, and I do believe that story. And it's just terrible that a young girl had to go through that. And I do believe there's more allegations, but I don't know how many. But yeah, but that will be going back up heavily edited.